All right, let's dive into what's probably the single most important question you're going to face in your Scottish Set Text exam. Yep, I'm talking about that big Tally's Blood 8 marker. In this explainer, we're going to give you the exact blueprint to absolutely nail it and turn all that stress into some seriously easy marks. You know the feeling, right? You flip the page, see that question, and your heart just sinks a little. It looks like this massive mountain to climb. And let's be real, it's kind of designed to be tricky, to sort of separate the best from the rest. But what if I told you there's a super simple, repeatable formula to get full marks every single time? And trust me, it is so worth your time to get this right. We're talking about 8 marks here. That's a huge chunk of your final grade. Seriously, mastering this one question can be a total game changer for you. So let's get into it and figure out how to grab every single one of those marks. Okay, so first up, what are they even going to ask you? Well, it's always going to boil down to one of 3 things. A key theme, like war, prejudice, or love, how a character like Rosanella or Massimo is presented, or a big relationship, like the one between Rosanella and Massimo. They'll give you a little snippet from the play, an extract, and your whole job is to connect that piece to the rest of the story. Your winning formula, the blueprint to securing full marks. Okay, this is it. This is what it all comes down to. So forget any panic you might have. There is a crystal clear blueprint, a winning formula, and if you follow it, it'll walk you straight to those full marks. It's all about having the right structure. And here it is. It's just 3 simple steps, 3 words I want you to burn into your brain. Commonality, extract, and elsewhere. Seriously, this is your secret weapon. It's a simple 3-part structure that guarantees you hit every single point the examiner is looking for. No more guessing. Deconstructing the formula, how to execute each step. Okay, so commonality, extract, elsewhere. Sounds good, but what do those words actually mean? Let's break this whole thing down step by step so you know exactly what to do for each part to get it perfect. Okay, part 1, commonality. This is for 2 marks. First up is commonality, and this is awesome because it gets you your first 2 marks right out of the gate. Just think of it like your introduction. It's where you build the bridge between the little extract they give you and the rest of the play. So, how do you score those 2 marks? It's simple. You just need to make 2 really clear statements. First, you say how the extract they've given you answers the question. Then second, you state how another part of the play also answers the question. That is literally it. 2 points, 2 marks, boom, done. All right, moving on to part 2, the extract, which is worth another 2 marks. Now, this bit is great because it focuses only on that piece of text printed right there in front of you, so you don't need to start digging through your memory for other quotes just yet. Just focus on what you've been given. And again, it's a really simple 2-step process. First, you pull a relevant quote. Just lift it straight from the extract. Second, and listen up, because this is the most important bit, you have to analyze it. You need to explain how and why that quote proves your point about the question. Please don't just quote drop and run. Explain what it means, what its significance is. And now for the big one, part 3, elsewhere. This is where you get to really flex your knowledge of the entire play, and that's exactly why it's worth a whopping 4 marks. So to nail all 4 of these marks, you need to make 2 separate points from other parts of the play. And for each of those points, you do the same thing. You give a quote or a specific reference, and then you guessed it. You analyze it. You explain how it links back to the question. So, to put it simply, 2 pieces of evidence from elsewhere in the play and 2 brilliant pieces of analysis. That's how you lock in all 4 marks. A model answer in action. Let's see the formula work. Okay, theory is all well and good, but let's see how this thing actually looks in practice, right? We're going to walk through a model answer for a classic 8-mark question, so you can see just how simple this formula is to use when it's go time. All right, here's our practice question. Show how the playwright explores family relationship here and elsewhere in the play. 8 marks. So, it's all about family. And our job is to connect whatever extract they give us to the rest of the play. For this example, let's pretend we've been given that amazing scene where Bridget finally confronts Rosanella. Okay, right away we jump straight into our formula. First up, commonality. For our first point, from the extract, we'd say something like, Bridget standing up to Rosanella to protect Hughie clearly shows the theme of family. For our second point, from elsewhere, we could say, Rosanella's absolute devastation when she finds out Lucia has to go back to Italy also shows a deep, loving family bond. See that? 2 clear, distinct points. That's 2 marks in the bag already.
Next up, the 2 marks for the extract. We're going to pull that killer quote. Well, you did it to me, but you're no getting doing it to my brother. Now, the analysis here is absolutely key. We don't just say, this shows she loves her brother. No. We say this line is a massive turning point for Bridget. It shows her finding her voice and the courage to stand up to Rosanella, a really dominant figure in her life, all out of fierce family loyalty. That's the kind of analysis that gets you top marks.
All right, let's get into the elsewhere section for our first 2 marks here. We'll use one of Rosanella's most iconic lines. Nobody loves their families like the Italians. For the analysis, we've got to go deeper. This quote isn't just about her loving her family. It reveals her deep-seated cultural pride, sure. But it's also the source of her prejudice. It's like her entire worldview is built on this one idea, and it explains both her most caring actions and her most controlling ones. It's the lens she uses to judge everyone. Okay, for our final 2 marks, let's show that we know it's not always about quotes. We can use an action. Let's reference the moment Huey goes home early to help his mom. The analysis? This simple act says so much about his character. It shows his profound love and sense of duty, proving that his family ties are so strong he's willing to put his own plans and ambitions on hold for them. It's powerful stuff, showing character through action, not just words. And just like that, with that kind of detail, we've got all 8 marks. Your path to full marks, your final checklist for success. So there you have it. See? It's not about some kind of magic trick. It's all about having a solid method. Let's do a super quick recap with a final checklist, just to make sure you are 100% ready to walk into that exam and nail it. Okay, first and most important thing, you have to burn this into your brain. Commonality, extract, elsewhere. That's the winning formula. It's the structure that will keep you on the right path and make sure you hit every single part of the question. Remember the marks. 2, 2, and 4. Now, of course, the formula is your roadmap, but you still need to know the roads, right? So you have to immerse yourself in the play, really know the plot inside and out, get inside the heads of the characters, and have those main themes down pat. And then, you just have to practice. Get your hands on every past paper question you can find, and just run it through this formula again and again until it becomes second nature, total muscle memory. So there you have it. That feeling of intimidation, it should be gone, replaced by a clear, confident strategy for success. The only question left isn't if you can get those full 8 marks, it's how you're going to use this simple structure to show off your own amazing insights into the play. So go in there and show them exactly what you know.